Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek. Welcome to my Patreon exclusive video where I'm going to draw a picture for you. Hope you can hear me over this racket. I thought I'd play some copyright free rock music in the background off YouTube, so some adverts will probably pop up. Whatever. So I'm going to draw a picture. The picture I'm going to draw is what you can see wherever I decide to put it. I have tried it, a lot of people, I don't have a method for my drawings. I just pick up a pencil, for instance. There you go, see it, there you go, see it in there. So I just pick up a pencil and just start drawing freehand. I can't draw from my imagination very well. I'm rubbish. I've got to have a reference, so the reference is, what I've just shown you. I've tried a lot of artists. I don't class myself as an artist. Use the grid system, and I've got there you can see that there. I've got a tablet. It's not a tablet. It's I don't know what it's called, to be honest. But you plug it into the USB and it lights up. It's a little light up tablet, and I've got a little grid that I put on there, and then I put my paper on top of it. If I want to use the grid system, I use that. But I don't use it very often because, to be honest, I'm lazy. So that's going back up there, out of the way. So what I do, I just get a pad. As like so. Let me get back. And I just start drawing with my HB pencil. I've got some other pencils as well that I sometimes use. I want a little bit dark, usually for backgrounds. I've got a 4B. I've got others as well, but I don't usually use them. Got my trusty HB. There's my trusty pencil sharpener there, the rotary one. But anyway, so we're going to draw this young lady here. It's I think it's digital art. I don't think it's an actual painting. I think it's digital art that I've found on Pinterest. I'll put the link in the description so you can have a look. And so that's what we're going to draw today, or I am. So let's get on with it, shall we? So start. As I said, I don't have a method. And it could all go wrong. It often does. And I do, full disclosure, sometimes I finish a drawing and then I think, hang on, I've not got that right. And rather than going back into the drawing and correcting it, I'll scan it in and I'll move things about in, I use Paint Shop Pro mostly. If I draw an eye is a little bit wonky maybe, that does sometimes happen. I might adjust them slightly, digitally. And But that's just, being full disclosure. But anyway, we're off. But I usually start with the eyes. We can see here she's got a bit of an angle. So I'll put a line there. And we'll start with the eyes. Off we go. There we go. That's it. I just get on with it, basically. I just get on with it. I don't do much preparation. I just get on with it. And if my proportions go out, well, then they go out. And if I notice, I notice. If I don't, well, I usually notice afterwards. Because there's always when you're drawing, there's always the problem with what's the perspective. Your perspective. I'm looking at a flat, an image on a flat screen, but it's actually I'm at an angle when I'm drawing. So sometimes, your perspective goes out a little bit, doesn't it? But anyway, so we'll just plod on. Oh no, I was going to do a Rolf Harris impression then, but that'd be in bad taste, wouldn't it? Anyway, so off we go. I've probably got this wrong, but I'll carry on. I'll keep plodding away. This is a hair. As I said before, I don't have a method. I just get on with it and just draw what I fancy drawing, to be honest. And it tends to just flow. As I say, and often I start shading in when I shouldn't start shading in. I should get the face done, and but as I say, I just do it. This is why I'm not a professional. A, I'm not good enough, and B, I don't have the work ethic for doing stuff like this professionally. Let's do the other eyebrow up there. Get the other eye in. Generally with eyes, the usual rule of thumb is the distance the width of the eye is generally the distance between each inner edge of the eye, generally. That's how you can tell sometimes with people. They say, oh, their eyes are too close together. Because some people, their eyes aren't, the eye width, it's in thirds, 1, 2, 3, same widths. Generally, but as I say, it doesn't always work like that. Some people, their eyes are too far apart. I think I'm one of those people, actually. I sometimes look at myself in my videos and I'm thinking, I look like a hammerhead shark. But anyway, enough of that. Enough of my... because I'm a mutant. I've told you about my ankylar glossia before on videos. That's where my tongue's fastened down at the front. It could have been fixed as a child, but my mother decided against it. See, I've got that eye wrong already. It looks boss-eyed, so we'll just use the good old like pencil eraser. Comes in handy, that bugger. Let's try that. That's better, isn't it? That's better. That's better. Can you still see it? Yes, you can. Right. Adverts. Never mind. I'm not skipping them. Unless it goes on forever. No, I don't. Is it working out all right? Can you tell? Can't really tell from that angle, can you? I can't put the camera directly overhead. I haven't got like a massive, tripod or frame or anything I can hang a camera from. Let's say I've got a couple of views. I've got the view that I'm of me webcam, and I've got me this one here. I've got this. This is me Canon camera, my DSLR, filming from slightly above, but it's at a funny angle. But I can't do anything about that. So we'll just have to plod on and see how we end up. Do a bit more shading up here for under her eyes. Well, under her eyebrows, should I say. I hope this music's going to be okay. It said copyright free when I searched, so hopefully I won't get a copyright strike when I upload this. Oh no, I won't, 'cause I'm on Patreon, aren't I? I could put any music I want on, couldn't I? Oh, never mind, it's too late now. Too late now. I could put my mix on and stuff I usually like listening to, like, crazy licks and all that stuff. Walkings, etc. Anyway, whatever. See, I've got that wrong. Look, that bit of hair there. It'll be right. As the great Bob Ross says, you don't make mistakes. You have happy accidents. I make a lot of mistakes. By the way, I've done painting as well. I'm not very good at it, and it's a bit of a faff. As I said, I'm lazy, and setting up stuff for like painting. I did set up like what they call it, a studio in my bedroom. I put like sheets up and everything, to protect the walls from paint flicking about. I bought some Bob Ross oils, and I did a couple of paintings. Can you see one behind me? I can just see one on the wall behind me. Well, over there. That's one of mine. And there's another one at the back of the room. A portrait of my late mother, which I actually did the year before she passed away. So I was glad I did that. I'm glad I got that in before she passed away. And that's my favourite painting, my pride and joy. I'll never get rid of that. Not that anybody wants to buy it, but because I'm rubbish, but I like it. Right, here we go, doing the edge of the face. It'll all go wrong, but it's just a guide, really, at this point. People who are proper artists will be saying your pencil lines are too thick. You should have all this thin. It should all be thin at this stage. Shut up. Just let me do it how I want to do it. It's only a bit of fun. It's only a bit of fun. You know what? I can't listen to this. It's crap. I'm changing the music. Look, rock music, copyright free. But sod it. I'm going to go into my music on YouTube. I'm going to get me, what we got? There we go. Crazy Licks Mix. Oh, bloody adverts, look. Skip the adverts. There we go. So for you to watch it background, if you get bored of watching me drawing, you can look at Lita Ford and Vixen and all them dancing about to the music of Crazy Licks, who are, I believe, a Swedish band. Young fellas, youngish fellas, but they do like 80s style, rock, which is my bag. That's when I grew up in the 80s. Well, when I started appreciating music were in the 80s. I was born in the 60s, grew up in the 70s, started appreciating music in the 80s, because that's when I became a teenager, and that's generally when you start, your musical tastes changing it. When you're a teenager, when your musical tastes start influencing the rest of your life, basically. It started in... I've always liked Queen, even when I was little. When I first saw a video of them, I think it was like a live video that they had filmed of Seven Seas of Rye on Top of the Pops. They showed it on Top of the Pops. It got to number 10, I think, in the charts here in the UK. And they were hooked on Queen from then on. They're my all-time favourite band, the Queen. When Freddie were alive, not now. They're just in fairness to the chaps, to Brian and Roger, who are left, they're just a tribute band really now, aren't they? With that other fella singing, whose name I can't remember, but, he's not Freddie, is he? Anyway, where were we? Yeah, so my musical taste I was talking about, wasn't I? And then a bit later, when I was in high school, so it'll be in 80... about 82 or 81. About 14 or 15, I can't remember. I started getting into like Meatloaf and stuff like that. They had a record club at high school. It was you could borrow records, vinyls. I think that's some cassettes as well. But I've gone wrong with that, haven't I? Waffling away, getting the nostrils all doolally. Anyway. I think I borrowed Bat Out of Hell by Meatloaf, and I was amazed at that LP. So I think I went and bought that for myself. And then I think maybe a year or so later, I think Iron Maiden brought out Number of the Beast. And that's what got me properly into, rock and metal. I like all different sorts of stuff, in the rock scene. I'm not a huge fan of like thrashy stuff. Or this, is it like death metal, where they're like giving it all... That's not my scene. That's not my scene. I mean, there's that young woman in there, I can't remember her name now. She's got blue hair. I've forgotten her name. She's absolutely gorgeous. You look at her thinking, bly gum, she's beautiful. And then she starts singing, you think, Jesus wept. How's that coming out of that mouth? She's... Crikey. Her voice doctor will love her. You're getting lots of pennies. So I presume she's American. Might not be, I don't know. If you know who she is, put it in the comments. I've forgotten the name. I'll look it up actually, because it's not a live video, this. I'll look it up and I'll put it somewhere on screen. I haven't worked out exactly how I'm going to edit this, but... we'll figure something out. I'm probably getting this all wrong. Yeah, I'm going to have to readjust this jawline now, aren't I? I think I've done... no, I'm not. I'm going to have to readjust her lips. I've done them a little bit too high up, haven't I? She looks like she's got a Hitler moustache. So we'll rub them out. I'm going to start again. Thank God I'm not drawing in inks. People who draw in inks amaze me. There's a young woman on... I think I follow her on Instagram. I can't remember her name. Sammy or something. I can't remember. Apologies. She does amazing drawings with biros. Biro pens. And I'm like, how do they do it? I've tried drawing with pens and I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place with bloody pencils. They're my pens. Anyway. Adverts again. Is that a bit better, that one? Is that a bit lower down? Do that bit there. That little. Oh, a bit of Fozzy now. Chris Jericho. If I start singing, I can't help myself sometimes. Or I might just start going day 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 day. And I'm holding this up and you can't see it, can you? I've got to hold it down like that so you can see what I'm drawing. I'm a hopeless case. I'm going to have to readjust this jawline, I think. A little bit. A touch. Right, so need to be about there, I think, isn't it, like that? And then come in. Got to have that bit there. Usually the chin, you could do a circle, can't you? Or like a slight oval for the chin. And it comes round. Obviously, depending on the person, obviously. And then that's that, ain't it? And then she's got a bit of shade in there. I think I've done the face a little bit wide, haven't I, than it should be. So we'll just bring the hair in a bit. And bring that in a bit. I say, you can always adjust stuff. You might not see... I know you can't understand what I'm saying, because I've got my pencil in my mouth. I know it might not seem like much, but, you know, it's noticeable. So if you can make adjustments as you're going, then fair enough. But I'll probably miss stuff and end up readjusting again digitally afterwards. Usually I put in my descriptions and my drawings I do. Levels adjusted digitally, or brightness darkened digitally and stuff like that. But still not got that right, have I? No, still not right. Needs to be down there a little bit, I think. And that wants to go like that. I think that's better. Go. Proper artist saying, stop drawing your lines so thick. I can't help it, it's me style. It's a little bit better, isn't it, that? Not perfect. Let's adjust that a bit. In the wreckage of my life. There we go. I mean, it don't matter, this line here is dark, that's going to get coloured in, isn't it? The inside of this hair. It's going to get coloured in. There's a neck goes down there. I don't know if this is a real person we're drawing, or if it's just like, you know, a made up, you know, it could have been done in AI for all I know. I've no idea. It could be a totally made up person. I haven't the foggiest. Because the source that I've got it from, I'll show you. I'll just click over to it. There we go, there. It doesn't say anything. It says there, much better info, and you click on that and it just takes you to YouTube. So I don't know who it is, and there's no signature on it, and there's nothing in the description, so I don't know. Anyway, where were we? And a bit of shade in there. I'll go back to her face. I just want to get the rest of her in, roughly. There's a whatchamacallit there. What do you call that bone there? Is that your scapula? That bone there. Anyway, that there. Meets the neck, and then it turns into the shoulder, then goes down like that. And then she's that's the, I don't know, is that good like that, and then comes over like that, I think, her top. And then she's got another thing there, hasn't she? Alright, so that goes down there, just down a bit. What's next? Oh, a bit of crazy licks again. They're good at crazy licks, I like them. So as I said, I'm a child of the 80s. This is the sort of stuff I like. Told you. Told you. Can't help myself. My son's always telling me to stop singing. I don't know why. Is that about right? Is that about right? Something like that, isn't it? And then that bit there that's in shadow. So there's a great deal of detail in this, you know, 'cause it's in the style of like an oil painting. But as I said, I think it's digital art. I once tried a bit of digital art once, and as I said, I'm lazy, and it took me too long. I once did a picture digitally, and it took me 9 days to do it. I was proud of it when I'd finished, but it took me a bit too long. I like to get them over with. I'm hoping this video doesn't go on too long. See, I've got all this wrong here, haven't I? I've got that going in the wrong direction. And how much to go down there, doesn't it? Don't know the words. Is that about? Go like that, doesn't it? It's going off the page a bit, I think. I'll get it. I'll get there. That's what they designed erasers for, isn't it? If it doesn't look right when I've finished, I can always adjust it. Let's get this bit on. Then we've got a bit of shading there, down there, and a bit there that's going to be shaded. And then this goes to about there. And the other arm is there. And then the other arm goes from about there up to there. And I think that's about there, isn't it? The curve of her shoulder. And we've done that. Bit of hair in there. A bit of hair like that. That's going to come round like that. You don't have to get hair. Well, I don't anyway. Well, I don't anyway. I don't know if you have to, but I don't. You don't have to get it exact because it's hair, isn't it? And it moves about. I know this doesn't move about because it's from a picture, but you know, as long as you get the flow of it looking something like, it's fine. It's good enough for me anyway. That's all I'm bothered about. If I'm happy with it, then I'm happy with it. If I'm not, I'm not. And I'll just keep probably overworking it. Anyway. Right, so that's the basics, as you can see. Can you see it? Hang on, move back a bit. There. So we're going to go and start doing shading and stuff now. And the hair and all that. So off we go. Can you see? Hang on, let me just come back a bit. There we go. I'll probably disappear a lot with my end of the page because I can't look at the thing and see where the camera is at the same time. I could pull back a little bit. Shall I pull back a little bit? Get more in. And I can always edit it, can't I, to zoom in and stuff, I suppose. And if I've done that, you're thinking, what's he talking about? He's doing that already. But, you know, I did it after the fact. Hey dear. How am I talking so much? Because I'm not a talkative person. You'd know that if you watch my videos. Especially my live streams. I'm amazingly shy, and I'm unconfrontational, unless I get my dander up about something. But I don't like confrontations, which is why I don't go on other people's streams very often, because I don't like getting into arguments about things, and I tend to get flustered and feeling set up on. If somebody disagrees with me, I start thinking they're having a go, and I want to run away, basically. There we go, a bit of autograph now. Turn up the radio. Classic 80s. If you're a gamer, you probably know this from Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, sorry. I think this were on the V-Rock. I knew it long before then. Long before then. Great guitar solo in this song. They were discovered by Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen. I think it was Eddie Van Halen. And give them their big break. But I think, as usual, it happens when established rock bands give new bands their big break. I think there were fallings out at some point. Similar thing happened with Skid Row and Bon Jovi. These bands. I think it's usually the management rather than the band themselves that what's the word? I can't think of the word now. Take advantage of these young bands for monetary gain. Let's just put it like that. Dee 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 dee. You're probably thinking, it's quite quick, is this fella? Me drawing, but that's the way it goes. Because as I said, I'm lazy and I don't like taking too long on drawings. So I just get on with it. That needs to be a bit bigger, that eye, doesn't it? There we go. So I could probably do that as well. Dee 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 dee. What I'll do, I'm doing all this shading here, and I'll go over it, like blend it a little bit with me rag. I've got my rag here somewhere. Where the hell is it? Me dirty old rag. Get state of it. I go over my drawings with that to blend stuff in a little bit. As I said, proper artists are probably shouting at if you're watching this. I don't know why you would be saying you're doing it all wrong. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. I'm doing it how I want to do it. Because that's the way I find it fun. And it's supposed to be fun, innit? That's why I've got some rock music playing. Fun rock music, not which isn't fun to me. That's just shouting. There we go. Bit of a guitar solo. That's what we want, innit? Bit of widdly widdly. Widdly 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 widdly. Shade the neck. See, that's got to be a bit darker than this bit, hasn't it? Whatever happened to autography? I bet they're still going. You find that with a lot of these rock bands from the 80s, you think, have they disbanded or whatever, and a lot of them have, but quite a lot of them are still going. Usually with different band members, there might just be one or two of the original band, left, but usually still knocking about, doing festivals and stuff. Been a bit of a resurgence in, like 80s style rock in the last few years. Adverts, I don't know. A Def Leppard now, eh? I'll move over to this side. So you don't need to be super exact with hair, to be honest. As long as you get it looking something like, and the shading looking as though it is hair, you know, I can be rough if I want. As long as I get the dark areas and the light areas, something like, you know, they should be. And you know, we can fiddle with it afterwards. Because what I'll do afterwards, after I've done shading it, I'll go in with the old pencil eraser, pencil shaped eraser, whatever, and you know, do highlights and stuff like that with it. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Never learned to play guitar. I've got one. I've got two actually. An electric guitar and an acoustic. Still can't play the buggers. I was going to, you know, during the lockdown and all that, I thought, right, I'll learn to play guitar. And I bought a book, Learn to Play Guitar in a week. And I didn't. Well, I suppose I accomplished what the book, you know, set out to do. You know, you to learn one tune, you know, by the end of the book. It's not a very long tune. Probably Happy Birthday or something like that. And I did that. You know, fair enough. But I can't play anything else. And I'm tone deaf, which doesn't help. Well, I think I'm tone deaf. My son says I am. Whew, sweating. Really warm today. Well, it's been warm for a couple of weeks now in the UK. And they say it's going to get a little bit cooler. I hope it happens soon. It's been really warm. We've had this area of high pressure that's just kept the heat in. Not just in the UK, I think in like a lot of Europe it's the same at the moment. And it's, you know, it's nice at first, but it gets a bit much after a while. We're not used to it here. Hot weather. We're not used to cold weather either. We like it to be, you know, middling, temperate. It's supposed to be a temperate climate we've got. But oh, sorry, I've moved, haven't I? You can't see me now. But no, what a temperate climate, but you know, they say not global, what climate change has put paid to all that. But you know, don't get me started on climate change. I don't think it's entirely down to us. We haven't helped, obviously, but I think it's a natural part of the planet's life cycle, I think. And we're just going through a phase. But we haven't helped. We haven't helped. I admit that. But I don't think it's all down to us. But whatever we can do, you know, to help, then fair enough. Yes, I'm all for that. You know, renewable energy and all that. You know, that's fair enough. Dee 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 dee. Def Leppard and their famous one-armed drummer. Of course, he did used to have two arms. He was in a car crash, wasn't he? In his flashy sports car, crashed it and lost his arm, and learned how to play the drums again with one arm, with his special kit that he's got. Rick Allen, isn't it? Rick Allen, his name. A cool chap. I think he was only a kid when he joined Def Leppard, wasn't he? He was about 15 or something, wasn't he? We're getting there. We're getting there. What's this one again? I love Dokken, but they always show, me mix, the mix things. They always show that this one, and is it Into the Fire? That one as well. No, not Into the Fire. It'll probably come on in a bit. They always show some other Dokken. Good a Dokken. One of my favourite albums, Under Lock and Key. The album before this one we're on. This one's off Back for the Attack. And also, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. The Dream Warriors, this is what this song's called. If you can hear it. But apparently George Lynch, the guitarist, were off his head on drugs when they did this video. Which is why it doesn't look very well, apparently. Dee 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 dee. Dee dee dee. Because they're the Dream Warriors. Don't you know? Bit of shading on the top. Well, I want a bit of shading there, don't we? Do do. Curling up the edge of my paper. Freddy's here. Coming up in a bit. Told you. I've heard this song a few times. They fell out for a lot of years, did Don Dokken and George Lynch, the guitarist, but I think they've done a bit of a reunion, and I think he's back in the band. I don't know if it's permanently or if it's just, a bit of a reunion tour or something they're on, but they seem to have patched things up a bit, which is nice. I like to see stuff like that. Bandmates that have fallen out, making up, and becoming friends again. It's nice. Doesn't happen very often, though. Egos happen a lot, don't they, in the music biz, particularly when they're successful. Not screaming. Well, the video always does that, as though the tape stretch. There's George, off his head on drugs. Still can play a licking guitar solo though. Is that a phrase? Licking guitar solo. I don't know, but it's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Right, down here now. Shade that bit in. And that bit under her armpits. Wants to be a little bit darker there, doesn't it? So I can adjust it a bit with me. Not only I've got me pencil eraser, pointy eraser. I've also got me. Where is it? Oh, where are we? There. Me white tack for blending as well. Anyway. Dee. You're a captive audience listening to me whistling. My mate Simon always goes on to me about me whistling. It's all just one note, you're just going. But in my head, it's like a symphony. Who are those guys? I wonder what's next. Probably an advert. Yep. Oh, for McDonald's. I do like a McDonald's. I know there's not much nutritional value in a McDonald's, but ooh, they do taste nice as a Big Mac. in my opinion. Well, that'll do. Oh, crikey, my hand's hurting now. Told you. How long have we been doing it? See, 45 minutes to do that. Not bad going, eh? Right. Blending. It's Crazy Licks again. I think it is, isn't it? The Anthem for America. So basically I just do it roughly. As you can see, I just go over it, blend it in the, roughly in the lines. Unless I'm not bothered about the outside. I just go over like that, just blend it in. Just takes the roughness off the, the pencil strokes a little bit. Yeah, that'll do for that. And then I'll just get it, and I'll just actually just go over it all. Just there you go. Blend the put some colour, I suppose, grey to the outside. Then what I do, get me pointy eraser. I'll go back up here and I start doing the highlights in the hair and stuff like that. So I'll do that. As I said, I'm not exact. It's not an exact science. I know to some it is. There's some amazing artists out there, but I'm not one of them. Oh, bad man burping. I forgot to bring myself a drink. And I'm gasping. We'll do that. There's like a bright spot there. A really bright spot there. And the rest, see, I'll show you. Like around it, I'll get the... Did I knock my microphone then? Sorry. I'll use this just to go around to lighten that area up a bit. Like so. Anyway, we'll carry on with this. Doing the hair. There we go. Can you see what I'm doing, by the way? Tell you. Not very good at this, am I? Oh, you bloody nuts. I don't know what I'm watching for. What's this on your Patreon for? I'm paying you £3 a month for this garbage. Sorry. Get it on your YouTube for free. That's what you're saying, isn't it? Hey. Now then, where's... Oh, it's there. Actually, no, it's in the wrong place, is that, isn't it? Yes, it is. I put that in the wrong place. So just smudge over that. There you go. That magic, it's gone. It should actually be about there, shouldn't it? Like a gap in the hair, isn't it? You can see behind a little bit. But it's like over the where the shoulders are. Whatever, it's near enough. As I said before, it'll do. Which is my outlook on life a lot of the time. It'll do. Which is why I never get anywhere. Because I'm lazy. D. From the West Coast waters to the New York Sea. That I know New York is on the sea, but it's not something you hear of a lot, is it? The New York Sea. But never mind. Have they ever been to America? Probably. I haven't. Might need to sharpen. I'll have to sharpen my eraser. So I've got my little eraser sharpener here. Where is it? This one. Pop it in. Like my t-shirt. Eddie. Eddie from Iron Maiden. Got this yesterday. Right. Where were we? We're doing these bright spots. Can't see from my mouse pointer. Credits on the music video. Unbelievable. do a little faint line down there, so there's a little bit of light getting onto the edge there. Just blend it a little bit. Hope it's still recording. Yes. Hope nothing goes hideously wrong with this, because I'm not starting again. Wonder what this one is. I don't recognise this. Is this at Wacken? Or is it Vacken? I don't know how to pronounce it. A live one, who is it? Oh, it's Alice Cooper. It's Alice Cooper. Oh, with what's her name now? Orianthe on guitar. He's got Nita Strauss at the moment on doing his guitars, but this is when Orianthe played with him. He's amazing, is Alice Cooper. Still going, and he's in his 70s, well in his 70s now, isn't he? And he's still doing live shows. It's amazing. Gets his head chopped off every night. This is Poison, obviously. Probably his biggest hit, to be honest, after School's Out. I think there's a video, a live video of Alice Cooper. I think it's on YouTube, live in Paris. And it's only from, like, you know, in the last few years anyway. Seek it out and give it a watch. It's worth watching. It's excellent. That one's got Nita Strauss on guitar. An impressive young lady. But so is Orianthe as well. Great guitarist. We're getting there, we're getting there. Let's use this now. Use this, hope you could see that, what I was doing there. Let's get some blending done about some of these hard edges off. Get it to a point to get in there, places like that. Just that. Dee 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 dee. Through my veins. Is that somebody sending me a message? I can hear pings on my phone. Probably. Always happens when I'm doing these videos. Somebody's always sending me messages. Unbelievable. They'll have to wait, won't they? Move down a bit. Let's just do that. Around there a little bit. Din, 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 din. I've got a habit though of using my thumb, holding the paper with my thumb, so I quite often get mucky thumb marks on the edges of my drawings, which are tricky to get rid of, to be honest. To be completely honest. But as I said, I don't sell them. I don't sell my drawings because I'm not good enough. Although I have sold, a drawing or two in the past. But as a rule, I don't think I'm good enough. It's usually somebody's asked me to do a drawing, not nobody's seen one of my drawings and said, I like that. I've been asked to do something. I think that'll do, to be honest. I think that's... Hang on, no it didn't. I haven't finished round here, have I? Got to take some of the edge off this area. It's a little bit dark. Take that off. There we go. Just do a bit more with that. Write that up a bit. Do I need to add any more darker lines? Just to go around and add a bit of darkness back in. Oh, a bit of firehouse next. There we go. But we've nearly finished. We've nearly finished. For me, anyway. That's what it'll do for me. That there. I'll add a few more little lines in. Reach for the Sky. Got this album, I think. I think it's this one I've got. Din 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 din. Yes, that'll do. That'll do for me. So there you go. That's one drawing done. Hang on, where are we? Let's move back a bit so you can see it. What do you think? Think it's alright? I mean, it only took me, what, less than an hour, 58 minutes. And I was talking beforehand, so let's call it, I don't know, 55 minutes. And it'll do, won't it? So I'll just sign it. My squiggle. And it's the month of June, the year 2023. I couldn't remember what year it was then. Right, so there you go. So that's my drawing done. I'll scan it in now, and so I won't show you that bit, that thing. But I'll scan it in, and I'll, add the scan. Sometimes a tint them as well, add a bit of a brown tint, or sepia tint. So I just like that. Or sometimes I don't. It depends where it comes out like in the scan. But I hope this will look okay. I think I've done it a little bit wide. I tend to do that sometimes. I tend to flatten the images a little bit, and I try not to. So it could come... When I do scan it in, I might squeeze her a little bit, give her a bit of a pinch. But I think it looks okay. I do think it looks okay. Is that all right? Is that all right? Where are we? That way. Looks okay to me. So there you go. I've drawn a picture for you there. So it's going to be exclusive on my Patreon. So that's it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me music. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I don't know, but. Thanks for that. And so, wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, I'll do another drawing at some point. Until next time, I'll see thee.